What's going on, y'all? It's JD Piquel with On 3 today on the Hard Count. We're going to talk about Lane Kiffin, the Portal King, and what he's doing at Ole Miss. Welcome into the Hard Count, the people show for every single thing that you know and that you love about college football. It happens here on a daily basis. Nick Brake does the heavy lifting. You can help drive the show by subscribing to the channel. Now, Lane Kiffin has made a lot of buzz, as he often does. I was going to say every offseason, but just 365 days a year does Lane Kiffin make buzz. The way he's used the portal has been very much publicized, and he's been vocal about it. He's been vocal about his opinions on the portal, but I think we got to take a look at how he's done this at Ole Miss, both the kind of players they got and then the attitude that Lane Kiffin has taken towards the portal, because I think both are really interesting. So in terms of the players they've gotten, they have done an overhaul in terms of the kind of skill they've now got on their roster. And credit to Lane Kiffin, because after a 10-win season a year ago, they lost a lot of pieces. Obviously, Matt Corral, their top 3 running backs, those guys are gone. And so to replace that talent with the way that you can do it now in the portal, all the props to Lane Kiffin in the world for embracing that. And we'll talk more about that in a second. But in terms of the guys they got, I mean, you just go down the list. Michael Trigg, the tight end from USC. A lot of excitement around him. Asheem Young, safety from Iowa State. A guy who's had a lot of production in recent years in the Big 12, says, yeah, I'm going to go join you down there in Oxford. You got Zach Evans and Ulysses Bentley. Ulysses Bentley, the running back from SMU, really good player, shifty as all get out. He's going to be a great weapon for them. Zach Evans, to me, has a chance to be one of the top 2 running backs in the SEC. I think him and Jahmyr Gibbs are guys to watch. I don't think by any coincidence are now in the SEC by way of the portal. But for Zach Evans, no matter who's playing quarterback for Ole Miss, you are going to have to commit numbers to stopping that man, because that's exactly what it is. He's a grown man coming downhill at you quick, fast, in a hurry. And if your linebackers want to patter their feet and be slow on their run read, he's going to put the crown of his helmet directly in your mouthpiece, and that's not going to feel good. And you're going to have your second-string linebacker then filling that hole. So for Zach Evans to be a tone setter for them to get via the portal, I mean, Lane Kiffin hit a home run on that one. In addition to that, Jaxson, a guy who a lot of people are excited about in Oxford, got him from USC, flashed several times last year, has a lot of ability, came out of high school, really highly recruited. There's still some conversation as to if he will start. I'm not worried about that just yet, because he's been on campus for all of like 15 minutes, so give him more than just a spring camp to win the job. I think he wins it in fall eventually, but again, another guy they got by way of the portal. Now, I don't think this necessarily says that Ole Miss doesn't want to recruit the high school level still really effectively. Because when you look at it, after a 10-win season, if Ole Miss were to win 7 games next year, let's say, well, I would have to imagine recruiting will start to slowly but surely decline. And so for Lane Kiffin, props to him, because he's saying, okay, I can go get some guys to help us stay at that 10-win kind of level, and winning, in most cases, encourages great recruiting at the high school level. Kids want to play for someone that's competitive, someone who's relevant on the national landscape. And the transfer portal is a really great way to ensure that that doesn't fall off. And so, again, Lane Kiffin is making chess moves here. He's making business decisions, saying, you can come help us for a year, 2 years, that's great. We're going to continue to build behind you at the high school level, and Ole Miss continues to keep this ship rolling. Now, in terms of how he's done this, I think Lane Kiffin has done this how most of us would do it. And now, don't take offense to that. I'm not saying you and I are the same caliber of Lane Kiffin or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, I think he's done a great job being on the cutting edge of this. The metaphor I would use is Lane Kiffin is playing soccer if they had changed the rules to, hey, you can pick up the ball now. You and I both know we would pick that thing up with our own 2 hands and we'd run to the goal and we'd throw it in as quickly as possible. Now, there's a lot of people, though, that would say, well, that's bad for the game. I don't like that. I'm going to stick to doing it how we used to do it. Maybe we'll do it a little bit, but we're still going to stick to the integrity of the game, whatever it is. Lane Kiffin's saying, no, these are the rules now. I'm going to embrace them, and I'm going to find a way to make it work in my favor. I'm going to use it to my advantage. He's not worried about what other people think about him. He's not worried about the public opinion or the social media hate he gets. He is embracing that. He is enjoying becoming the villain, if you will, of the transfer portal. He has no problem pitching transfer to the SIP. And he's winning at that. He's doing it. Look at the caliber of players they got. Like I just mentioned a minute ago, they are crushing the transfer portal, and it's because Lane Kiffin has been quick to adjust to the rules. Everybody else out there who's still kicking the ball around with their feet and wanting to stick to the old way of doing things, that's fine. Morally, I would say that's okay. I would say it's above board, but you're going to get left in the dust by Lane Kiffin picking that thing up with his own two hands and throwing it in the goal. Because until they change the rules, that's what they are right now. And you either get with it or you get left behind. Lane Kiffin's done a phenomenal job of getting with it, and I think Ole Miss is going to benefit from that because of it. That's it for us here on The Hard Count. We appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter to stay up with every single thing we're doing here. Subscribing is 100% free, and it gets you in the party. We want you a part of it. We're going to keep the party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.